Hello and welcome back to another video from my random hobbies, and today we're going to do something slightly different. We're still on sort of movie themes, but today we're looking at a purchase I made which is a little bit different. So let's get into it. Okay, so obviously you noticed that the walls are lined with my collection. Still leaves a lot of space up here, which is a metal ceiling, and the doors, which for those of you who don't know, I've started to cover with comics and photos by using little magnets. But actually what I found were these, and I'll show you these close up in a second. These are fridge magnets, basically, that someone has printed, and they have movie poster themes on them. So they are going to sit rather nicely up on the ceiling, and they will look hopefully rather good. I've got a few more coming from different movie series, but I'll show you this one first. There's 5 of these in total. So maybe that's a clue if you didn't already spot which film it was. So for ease of viewing, because of the backlights and things like that, I've popped these separately on my knee. And these are only 5 by 7 centimeters, but the print quality is pretty reasonable, certainly for what I paid for them anyway. And this is clearly the Rambo series, and this one being First Blood, which I have watched countless times before. It's a great film, really good. And obviously, those of you who haven't seen the film before, First Blood, partway through the film, he declares to his old commander that they drew first blood, not me. And that's where I believe the title came from. So this is First Blood Part 2. And again, this time they've sent him back to try and find prisoners of war. And he does find them, but actually they kind of leave him stranded, and he fights his way back out, and then he goes off walkabout. So part 3 is probably the film that I have watched the least, and from what I remember, he goes off to help a friend, Afghanistan, I think, where he helps sort of freedom fighters or whatever to overthrow a regime there, from what I can recall. It certainly ends in a big battle at the end and a helicopter explosion. So it was some years later, before they released Rambo, as it is just there, and this was him being asked to go and help some missionaries, transport them initially, and then when they get lost or they don't come back, some mercenaries are sent in. He takes the mercenaries and also tags along and then helps them escape, essentially, although not all of them survive. And it's another great film, but obviously this is him several years down the line. And then the final one, Rambo Last Blood, which is a pretty recent film, September 20. A great film there. He has returned to America. He's living in tunnels that he's created under his farm, and he's living with, I think it's maybe a niece or someone who treats him like an uncle, and again another lady who's the daughter's or the girl's aunt or something like that. And she goes off to Mexico to find her real father and doesn't come back, and he goes to get her, and it ends up in a sort of a big battle back on his farm, lots of explosions and things, lots of killing, but again a really good film, actually quite short. If anyone sort of remembers films that lasted just over an hour, this is one of those. So not the epics that you seem to get nowadays. So another great film. So that series will go on the roof and will be joined by other series in the future. Okay, so there they are on the roof. look a little bit small, a bit lonely at the moment, but as I say, I plan to sort of fill that out with other magnets with movie posters on, to sort of, again, memories, things that I remember, films that I particularly enjoy, and an awful lot of them I've got in my DVD collection down on the floor there. So I hope you enjoyed that, something a little bit different from my normal content, and I will see you all again soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.